Previously, we learned how to use the perpetuity with growth model to value a company with constant dividend growth. Unfortunately, generally this case does not exist. We have irregular growth, and so we cannot use the constant dividend growth model to value such a company. However, what we can do is we can value the irregular growth separately, and then if the company reaches a point of constant dividend growth, value the company at that point in time and present value that back to today in order to determine the total value of the company together with the irregular dividends. So essentially what we do is we split the dividends into two parts. We split the dividends into the constant growth that's going to occur at some point in the future and value it to that point in the future using the perpetuity with growth formula. And then we individually value the dividends, the irregular dividends, up until that point, present valuing everything to today. So let's consider a question. So the Get Rich Quick company, they just paid a dividend of $2. That dividend will grow at 20% for the next 3 years. Dividends will then stabilize at 4% growth in perpetuity or constantly. So first thing we always do when we're approaching this type of question is to draw a timeline to make sure that we understand what's going on. So we have today, the dividend has just been paid, and the dividend was $2, but we're not going to consider this dividend because it's already been paid. It's no longer part of the valuation. So then 1 year in the future, 2 years in the future, 3 years in the future, 4 and further years in the future. So if the dividend just paid was $2 and it's growing at 20% for 3 years, then it's simply a case of increasing it by 20% each year. So $2 times 1.2 is $2.40. And I'm going to do that 3 times. The next year, the dividend is going to be $2.88 and then $3.46. From that point on, it's going to grow at 4%. 4% growth means the next dividend is going to be $3.60. So what I'm missing as part of the question is the discount rate. We would determine this using the weighted average cost of capital, but for the purpose of this question, I'll give you a discount rate, and that discount rate is 12%. So I need to present value each of these dividends back to today at 12%, plus the perpetual value of that dividend. Another way to think of the question, if I were to sell the company at time 3, what price would I be willing to pay for it? Well, I'd be willing to pay for the dividend at time 4 divided by R minus G. Well, we've determined the dividend at time 4 is $3.60. R, we just determined, is 12%. G, we know, is 0.04 or 4%. I solve this and I determine that the price we'd be willing to pay is $45. The perpetual value of the dividend stream at time 3 is $45. Add that in here, $45, and the total value at time 3 would be $48.46. Now, 2 ways I could deal with this. I could value each piece individually back to today using 1, 2, and 3 years, or I could use the cash flow and NPV functions on my calculator in order to do this all in one step. Remember, the $2 we're not using. We're not using that $2 because it's already been received. If I'm buying the company today, I will not receive that $2. Either way, I present value those cash flows to today, and I find out that today the company should be worth $38.93 per share using the dividend growth model.